Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, I come back with that video just to make you think. And we had Brock Pierce on Fox actually say the fourth industrial revolution. And we know that's what these trillions of dollars for this infrastructure bill is for. Now we have Brock Pierce went from Mighty Ducks to Tether. And we know the New World Order brings out the puppets, actors, and actresses, athletes to move to the New World Order's agenda. Banking the unbanked. They want to be able to tax the globe. And remember, the Crypto Teacher advised you. Now we have the Poly Network, over 600 million being hacked. And guys, remember the narratives. We have the C word. We have the climate change agenda. And then plus we have the hacking. So we have plenty of narratives where the masses will look one way and the money is going to go out the back door. With all these people out of work, we have so many people behind on their mortgage or rent, and we know that is going to end soon. But the Fed, the New World Order, is going to orchestrate it so. Yes, the reaction is going to come. The people are going to beg the government to help, and we know what's going to come. That's right, that free money, that programmable money, telling you what, when, and where, and how. Plus, just like David R3 said, if you want to boost the economy, give the people 3 to 6 months to spend that money or poof, it's gone. Because we know when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
Here to react to that piece of it, which has been controversial, is Brock Pierce. He's the billionaire Bitcoin investor who I would imagine, Brock, not too happy right now. Tell me what your thought is and why you think this is a negative, not just for the crypto world, but for the rest of America.
Well, we're living through the fourth industrial revolution, and it's indisputable that technology is changing the world and that this technology is going to have a big impact on the financial system and the well-being of Americans. And the idea that an amendment was jammed into an infrastructure bill for a conversation that is so important to our collective future and not given its own container to have ample discussion so that we actually thoroughly think through the issues and the long-term implications it has on our lives, I think is very short-sighted, and that's why I'm so disappointed. This is a very important topic, and it deserves its own forum, and it doesn't belong buried in the back of a 2,000-plus page bill with only days of notice. And there were multiple senators that raised issue with this. I'd like to give a shout out to Senator Toomey and Loomis for pushing all the way to try and prevent this from happening.
In the grand scheme of things, is not that much. Is something that will destroy the whole thing?
Yeah, no, it's not the issue of taxation. It's the issue of the regulation that they've attempted to put in this. They're attempting to potentially burden all of the infrastructure that supports the industry in a way that those businesses may leave the United States, no longer create jobs in the United States, and the epicenter of those industries potentially ending up in other places like Dubai, Singapore, Europe, rather than the industry being headquartered here. The United States is the capital of innovation, and it's important to me that we stay the capital of innovation. And this industry is on the forefront of changing the world. This is not an issue with the taxation. It has to do with the regulation that's being imposed to support that taxation.
Consider accepting Bitcoin. Let's listen in, and then I want your response to that.
We figured out a way to put the technology in place. We'll do so by year end. So we will be taking Bitcoin as one of the many forms of payment that you can use if you do it online to buy movie tickets and or concessions at AMC theaters all across the United States.
Brock, it sounds like he's done the legwork and the so-called infrastructure there. What does a move like that mean to the growth of cryptocurrency?
Well, I mean, AMC by itself doesn't move the needle much. I think this is actually better for AMC than it is I call it the Bitcoin industry. Remember, AMC was one of those businesses that was saved effectively by the Reddit rebellion, the retail market of buyers. And so I think it's a wonderful thing. The same sort of people that were buying the AMC stock in that short squeeze are the same sorts of people that have been buying Bitcoin. At a larger scale, I think it's worth talking about what El Salvador has done. So the country of El Salvador has made Bitcoin legal tender. That law takes effect on September 7th. And on September 7th, when that law goes into effect, every merchant in the country of El Salvador is obligated by law to accept Bitcoin for all of its products and services. We're going to see complete penetration into that market. And why that matters is that 70% of the population of El Salvador is unbanked. It's a cash economy. 4 to 4.5 billion people on the planet are on or underbanked. This technology is creating an open banking system to create financial inclusion, ubiquitous financial inclusion for everyone on Earth. And I think that's a wonderful thing. I believe we're going to bring 1 billion plus people out of poverty with this technology. And it's important to me that America, the United States of America, sits at the center of this fourth industrial revolution.
Yeah, John, it just might be. It's a $600 million mystery right now. Who stole all that cryptocurrency, and why have they already begun to return some of the stolen assets? Hackers exploited a vulnerability in Poly Network, which is a platform designed to connect different blockchains to enable what is known as decentralized finance, or as they call it, DeFi. Earlier today, Poly posted a message on Twitter addressed directly to the hackers. Here's what they said. The amount you hacked is the biggest one in the DeFi history. Law enforcement in any country will regard this as a major economic crime, and you will be pursued. It is very unwise for you to do any further transactions. The money you stole are from tens of thousands of crypto community members, hence the people. You should talk to us to work out a solution. Now, as of about an hour ago, it appears that some progress was being made in these negotiations between Poly and the hackers. Poly reported that the hacker has returned more than $4.7 million of those stolen assets. That's still a far cry from the total amount taken. And just within the past couple of minutes, there have been reports that even more may have been returned. Generally, crypto criminals try to use crypto mixers and servers in offshore jurisdictions that don't cooperate with U.S. law enforcement to launder the proceeds of their crimes. This group's apparent failure to do that leaves experts such as our CNBC analysts at Q6 Cyber to speculate that the crooks here could be amateurs or someone who did this simply to...
Meanwhile, the extension of the eviction ban is causing a lot of pain for some small-time landlords. With missed rent payments mounting, many mom-and-pop landlords are struggling to pay their own mortgages. One such landlord is Suzanne Antolini. She's on the hook for $50,000 in missed payments for the house she rents out on Long Island, New York.
The tenant needs to initiate that program. So unless he initiates it, we can't do anything on our side. And because he's gainfully employed, if he initiates it, he'll basically be admitting to fraud. So we are stuck. No matter where we go, we're stuck.
Well, I know that this is in court right now. The Biden administration had to present in front of Dabney Friedrich down there, the judge, and she didn't seem to be buying it. Maybe there will be a ruling soon. Even President Biden said himself he didn't have the legal authority to do it, and they did it anyway.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort. And China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They've seen this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.